Pioneer fans, Pioneer women's varsity hockey is live and on the air. We are live here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, where it is your Pioneer women's varsity hockey team taking on crosstown rivals Washtenaw United. Here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, these two teams were coming close to the end of the season as the Michigan High School Girls Playoffs are going to start a week from tomorrow, and we plan on bringing all of those games to you here on arborbroadcasting.com, so you can check those out. But we're coming down towards the end. Pioneer has a game tomorrow that's going to be their senior game. My understanding that was a rescheduled game due to the snow last week. And then they will have a game on Saturday at 5 o'clock, and we plan to broadcast that unless something happens. So these two squads, Pioneer is taking a look at the standings. Washtenaw United is at the top of Group B. They have 16 wins, 8 losses, no ties, 32 points, 1 overtime win. They have 107 goals for, 64 goals against for a plus 43 differential. And that is the second highest out there. The highest is Grosse Pointe North with the differential of 46 on 128 goals and 82 goals against. Pioneer is in 8th place in the Group B, 5 wins, 15 losses, 1 tie, 11 points. They have 58 goals for, 99 goals against, so a negative 41 goal differential there. So Pioneer has a tall task in front of them taking on this Washtenaw United team. Taking a look at the last 5 games that Pioneer has played, we go back. They played Grosse Pointe South, that over at the ESH, Eastside Hockey Arena. That was a 9-0 win by Grosse Pointe South. Then Pioneer beat Plymouth Canton Salem 8-0 here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena on February 1st. On February 5th, they lost to Bloomfield Birmingham. That was a 4-0 win by Bloomfield Birmingham here at Vets. Pioneer ended up having to forfeit the game on February 8th. That was at the Mid-Michigan Alliance. I think that there might have been too much snow that day. And then they lost. Their last game was a 4-2 win by Livonia United over Pioneer. That over at Eddie Egger Ice Arena. That was February 9th. So here we're 10 days later, February 19th. They will be playing tomorrow versus Skyline. Huron Skyline or Skyrom. That will be a 6 p.m. game here at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. Then Traverse City comes to town on Saturday. That's 5 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. So that is the last 5 games here. And then if we take a look, let me pull up there we go. Let me pull up the roster and take a look at the top point scorers for Pioneer, as Hibben has the top points, 21 points on 17 goals and 4 assists. Shikachi has 18 points on 13 goals and 5 assists. Portinga has 16 points on 7 goals and 9 assists. Jove chipping in from the blue line with 15 points on 6 goals and 9 assists. And Pace checks in at the number 5 spot with 12 points on 2 goals and 10 assists. Taking a look at Washtenaw United, again, top of this Group B, their last 5 games. They beat Grosse Pointe North over at the ESH Ice Arena. That was a 5-4 win over Grosse Pointe North. They did lose to Grosse Pointe South over at the Arctic Coliseum of Chelsea. That was a 6-0 win by Grosse Pointe South. It was a forfeit by Mercy. That was on February 14th. So Washtenaw United ended up winning that one 1-0. Again, I think weather was a factor there. And then on Sunday, February 16th, they beat Downriver United. That at Arctic Coliseum of Chelsea. That was a 4-3 win. Then they went out to Cranbrook Kingswood over at Wallace Ice Arena. That was a 4-3 win by Washtenaw United. They play today versus Pioneer, of course, and then on Friday, February 21st, they will be hosting Troy United over at the Arctic Coliseum of Chelsea. Taking a look at their top point getters. 32 points by Grant. She has the lead on 19 goals and 13 assists. Also tied with 32 points is Sweeney, who has 15 goals and 17 assists. Clark checks in at the number 3 spot with 24 points on 9 goals and 3 assists. At the number 4 spot, it's Milligan with 21 points on 11 goals and 10 assists. And Holstrom has the 5th spot with 12 goals and 7 assists at 19 points there. So that's a little bit about these two teams. Let's play just a couple quick messages from the MHSAA, and then we will be back with your starting lineup and your opening puck drop. You're watching Pioneer Women's Varsity Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports, as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As both squads are getting cleaned up and getting ready for starting lineups. As they'll first start off with Washtenaw United, the visitors team, who is in the dark blue sweaters with the white stripe across the middle, the yellow accents on it. Pioneer in their white jerseys with the dark stripe across the middle, the Bacchus on the front. So Johnston comes out. Grant. Honer coming out. Also skating out is Conrad. And coming out, Leopold. Bacallis starting for Pioneer out to the blue line. Pace comes out to the blue line. Heben comes out to the blue line. Horvath, one of the starting blue liners. Alexis Young at the other blue line, or at the other blue liner. Soriano comes out in goal for Pioneer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, down to America, the playing of the national anthem.
Before today's game, let's take a moment to recognize and show our appreciation for our country. We invite those who are able to please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
As we're getting ready to go, Pioneer versus Washtenaw United here live from Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. The Washtenaw United fans have one of those big fat heads, huge, like a 3-foot tall picture of one of the players' faces. Boy, that would, no one ever needs to see that from me. It looks awesome with all the players, but it would be a little horrifying if my face was ever put that big. Oh, thank gosh they didn't have that when I was young. He's getting ready to go. 15 minutes up on the clock. More folks coming in later game today, so we appreciate it. Skyline played right before, and they were able to beat Regina 3-2. That happened right before this game. So coming out onto the ice, the starting five for each team. Weisinger ready to take the face-off. On the other side is Honer. That puck all the way back, comes back into the Washtenaw zone. Gathered up back over there by Conrad. Conrad goes back behind her own goal. Conrad coming in along the near boards. And that's the goalie is Tracy back towards the left as that's pulled coming down the far boards. Picked up back over there by Honer. Now through the neutral zone. That brought into the far boards as Grant has it. One of the leading scorers for Washtenaw United. Coming ahead with it, Alexis Young. Alexis Young gets it over as that's fired ahead. Eben trying to get it over to Bacallis. That puck back. Right back behind the goal for Washtenaw United. Coming down the far boards, trying to knock that away over there is Honer. Picked up as he'd been trying to poke that away. Held and whoop, that slips past as Horvath races back into her own zone to grab it in along the far boards. Horvath coming, ricochets it off the near boards as that's fired right to center ice. Trying to pick it up is Pace. Pace coming down the far boards. Pace over there, battling with McCullis. Now picked up as Heben has it. That puck goes right in along the end boards, back in the Washtenaw zone. Gathered up back over there by Cecil. Puck now in along the near boards, trying to bring it ahead as that's Isabella Mack. All the way back, Sweeney trying to move it over. That tipped and back over is an excellent job back over there by Soriano. Now Horvath coming down the far boards. Horvath trying to feed it as that's tipped back. Shikachi trying to pull it away. Now Shikachi right at center ice. Gets it over to Portinga. Portinga gains the zone. That tipped right back into the neutral zone. So Pioneer had to touch up as that's sent back. Rosenfeld trying to get to it now, racing the other direction. Here comes Sasel. Sasel gains his own. Sasel. That puck in along the far boards. Gathering it up back over there is Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld trying to get it out of the zone. That held in at the far point by McCallis. Puck in along the near boards. Washtenaw United, one of the two state champions from last season, as they were honored at the PWHL game. There's another one of those happening on the 16th of March. We'd love to see you there. Already have our tickets, trying to prove that Detroit needs and deserves a PWHL team. Gathered up back behind by Sasel, coming down the near boards for Washtenaw United over the blue line. And tipped as Woodside had it go right off of her skate. Now gathered up down the near boards, trying to bring it in. And Rosenfeld down the far boards. Rosenfeld trying to get away from McGillen. And pulled right back in and offside the call. 12:15 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far from Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. Pioneer versus Washtenaw United. That face-off's going to be right outside of the Pioneer zone in the far face-off circle. Ellison to take the face-off for Pioneer. Grant on the other side. It's that puck all the way in along the far boards. Gathered up back over there is Gordon, trying to feed it down the far boards. That's sent right back deep by Burkhart. That puck in along the end boards. Ellis trying to get to it out into the far corner. Here comes Grant. Grant coming down the far boards of her own zone. Grant had held in, tipped back deep by Pioneer and covered up as Tracy covers it up, and that will be a face-off in the Washtenaw zone with 11:53 left to go. Here in the first, scoreless so far between these two teams. Face-off is going to be to Tracy's left in the far face-off circle. Heben in to take the face-off versus Grant. That puck right back behind Tracy as that comes underneath the near circle. Pace with it there, trying to get it out in front. Grant chases it down the far boards, trying to feed it into the neutral zone. Held in at that far point. Excellent job by Pioneer as Heben trying to fire it into the slot. That tipped away. Heben again trying to get it over to Pace in the slot as that puck goes into the near corner. Battle for it back over there as Leopold trying to pull that away. Now coming ahead with it. Racing with it is Wagner. Wagner gains the zone. Wagner on the far circle with a shot and save. Excellent job over there. Good. Wonderful save out there by Soriano. And I loved last game we were here. Soriano was cheering on the bench, giving Templeton the biggest cheer she could and trying to keep her pumped up, which was fantastic to see. Portinga taking the face-off in the far face-off circle. That puck underneath the circle now coming in along the far boards. Washtenaw trying to fire it down. And picked up back behind, coming in along the near boards underneath the near circle. Pioneer trying to chip it out. Conrad trying to hold it in. Right to the blue line. Back over there trying to bring it in is Honer. And it's outside, top of the far circle. Deflects right back to the blue line. Trying to fire it back deep is Conrad. Buck just right back to the near point. Sweeney with it. Sweeney trying to get it into the slot. Bouncing puck. Portinga has it. Portinga coming down. That tipped right back deep. So that'll go into the far corner. Gathered up by Pioneers. They go back behind their own goal. In along the near boards as Shikachi trying to get it out of the zone. That held in again by Conrad as they'll go right back behind the Pioneer goal. As that is plucked up, back behind. Coming down the near boards is Kundiff, had it. Right back into the neutral zone. Sweeney retreats to her own blue line. Gathered up back over there by McCallis. McCallis bringing it over center ice. McCallis coming down the far boards. McCallis, there's a shot that goes right back behind the Pioneer goal. Now Horvath feeds it in along the far boards. Picked up there by Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld over to Portinga. And poked away. Loose right at center ice. Rosenfeld trying to bring it down the ice as that right back into the Pioneer zone. Picked up by Portinga. Portinga feeds it ahead to Shikachi. Shikachi racing through the neutral zone. Shikachi gains his own. Shikachi top of the far circle. Shikachi's shot. That got deflected. Picked up back behind by Church. Puck getting along the near boards of the Washtenaw zone. Alexis Young holds it in, but that's sent right back into the neutral zone. Shikachi has it there. Shikachi over center ice. Shikachi gains his own top of the far circle. That puck back into the far corner, centering attempt, trying to get to Ellis. That loose in the slot, coming over. There's a shot and a goal. Shikachi scores, and Pioneer goes up 1-0 on Washtenaw United. That at 9:14. Pioneer goal. So Shikachi puts Pioneer up 1-0. Ellis in to take the face off. Grant on the other side. That puck in along the far boards, racing over to get it is Mulligan. That comes down the far boards. Horvath with it. Horvath ricochets it ahead. Now Bergman trying to grab it. Ellis racing down the far boards. Ellis gains his own. Ellis moves it over to Woodside. Woodside into the near corner. Woodside trying to race around, trying to get it away from Leopold. Puck into the far corner. Washtenaw United trying to fire it as that goes out. Down the far boards, bringing it ahead is Milligan coming, trying to fire it out in front. Leopold has it. Outside the near circle, Leopold trying to fire it ahead to Grant. Grant trying to tip it right out in front. That comes back. Woodside knocks it off of the near board, trying to get it out of there. Grant picks it up. Grant coming in. Grant skating in and knocked away from Soriano. Now gathered up coming down the near boards. Kundif has it. Held in by Grant. Grant trying to chip it over. That grabbed as tipped back away. Kundif with a great save, knocking it away, as that would have been definitely a good opportunity for Washtenaw United, as that's brought in by Bergman. Offside called there. Face-off in the far face-off circle outside of the Washtenaw zone with 8:03 left to go here. In the first, 1-0, Pioneer with the lead. As Heben trying to get it into the Washtenaw zone, that coming down the near boards. Conrad trying to feed it ahead. Now that brought in by Stevenson. Outside the near circle with it is Sweeney. That goes all the way into the far corner. Back to the far point. Held him back over there by McCullis. Goes outside the near circle in the Pioneer zone. Sweeney trying to get it going across. That loose into the slot. Now picked up coming down the far boards. Sweeney with it into the far corner. Sweeney back behind. And moved over to Wagner. Now back to the blue line. Flipped over by McCullis. That puck into the near corner. Trying to pull it away back over there. As that's grabbed by Kundif. Kundif into the far corner, trying to move it ahead. That picked up. Heben gets it out into the neutral zone. Resetting, coming down the near boards is Conrad. Conrad right into the Pioneer zone. Picked up by Heben. Heben coming down the far boards. Loose. Sweeney keeps it in at the blue line. No. Into the far corner. And sent back to the far point, trying to get it out of there. That's sent by Heben all the way down. Conrad races back into her own zone to get it. Conrad into the far corner. Conrad back behind her own goal. And puck right back to the near point. Pioneer holds it in. Heben racing that right through the slot, trying to get it over to Pace. Bacallis has it outside the far circle. Lifted back into the neutral zone. Horvath has it at center ice. Horvath spins the other way over. Now Alexis Young trying to put it back deep. And puck back in along the end boards. Heben trying to pull it away underneath the near circle, trying to get it out in front. That's loose. So one of the Washtenaw players lost a stick. That was Conrad. Got it right back and covered up. As Tracy with the save. 6:05 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Face off in the Washtenaw zone. That in the near face-off circle. Portinga in to take the face-off versus Church. And to Tracy's right. Now coming down the near boards. Leopold trying to move it through the neutral zone. Coming ahead with it. Now racing in his Church. Church has it on the near circle. Church firing it all the way across. Soriano with a good save. Puck outside the near circle. Shikachi gets it to the near point. That puck put right back into the near corner of the Pioneer zone. Portinga has it back behind her own goal. Portinga coming down the far boards, over the far circle. Portinga over the blue line. Portinga over center ice. That poked away. As knocked right back away by Church, but brought in by Shikachi. That puck loose going the other direction. Racing in with it is Cecil. Cecil has it knocked away. Shikachi the other direction. Down the far boards over center ice. Shikachi top of the far circle with a shot. That just goes wide. Outside the near circle. Washtenaw racing ahead with it is Cecil. Top of the near circle shot. That's a blocker save. Goes outside the far circle with it is Issel. Has it there. Now outside the near circle. Grant with it in the near corner. Grant trying to move it back. Shikachi races over to get it away from Cecil. Moving it ahead to Portinga. Portinga over center ice. Stolen away by Grant. Grant weaving through traffic. Grant top of the far circle. Grant trying to leave it back. That's sent down the near boards. Here comes Shikachi. Shikachi over center ice with 4:42 left to go. Shikachi on the far circle. That shot got deflected back behind. Trying to get it is McCullis. That'll come the other direction. McCullis with it. McCullis feeds it down the far boards. Trying to hold it in is Kundiff. And Ellis trying to pull it away. Now here comes Grant. Grant over center for Washtenaw United. Grant coming down the near boards, trying to get away from Woodside. Now Kundiff pulls it back behind her own goal. Kundiff is feeding it ahead. That picked up by Grant at the blue line. Fired as that goes just wide onto the near circle. Racing to try and get it back over. There's Lily Mack. Puck into the near corner. Pulled by Grant. Loose. Sent into the far corner back over there as Issel has it back to the far point. Trying to keep it in over there is Gordon. Puck back into the slot. Pulled away. Here comes. Racing the other direction with it. Excellent work by Kundiff. Puck knocked down. Woodside holds it in right at the blue line. Now here comes Washtenaw United the other direction. Poked away by Bergman. Woodside trying to get it at center ice. And bouncing puck right to the Washtenaw blue line. McCullis feeds it right in front of the benches. Knocked right back over as Alexis Young trying to keep it out of the zone as Isabella Mack battling back there as well. Sweeney into the near corner. Sweeney fires it right out in front, trying to get a shot, and there's a goal as that was put in by Milligan at 3:14. Washtenaw gets the game-tying goal. It is now 1-1 between these two teams here in the first. That at 3:14. Washtenaw goal, and again, that was number 26, is Milligan. Puck back over, 1-1, 3:12 left to go. Alexis Young trying to move it ahead. Leopold chases it back, and that's going to be icing. 3:06, that puck comes back into the Pioneer end. That'll be in the near face-off circle, that to Soriano's left. Sweeney gets the assist on that goal. Heben in to take the face-off, trying to battle with Sweeney. Now Leopold top of the near circle trying to shoot it. That can't get through traffic. Heben trying to knock it out of the zone. That picked up by Bacallis. Now Heben has it right at center ice. Heben trying to weave through traffic. Bacallis outside the near circle. Bacallis trying to get it out in front, but that knocked away. Good job heading the other direction with it is Sweeney. Sweeney gains the Pioneer zone. Sweeney on that far circle. Feeds it right through. There's a shot. Great save by Soriano. Right on the doorstep was Milligan trying to get her second goal in about the same number of minutes. Puck back behind, 2:30. It would have been even less than 2 minutes. Coming the other direction. Racing ahead with it is Horvath. Horvath down the near boards. Horvath outside the near circle. And sent right back to center ice. Heben races back into her own zone, trying to avoid heavy pressure back there by Church. Heben down the far boards. Now Pace trying to bring it ahead. And tipped away back over there by Wagner, back into the Washtenaw zone. 2 minutes, 4 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. Pace into the far corner. Now that lifted all the way down by Wagner. Kundiff trying to get to it. That right to the Pioneer blue line. And puck down. Church trying to peel it away. Now grab. Here comes Heben. Heben gets it to the blue line. Can't quite get it in. Now that knocked back by Washtenaw in their own zone. They have to bring it out. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Conrad. Conrad into the zone. Top of the far circle. That one just goes wide. Into the near corner with it is Stevenson. Stevenson trying to dig it off of the near corner. That right onto the near circle. All the way back to the near point. Fired back deep over there by McCullis. Now that brought right back into the Washtenaw zone. Racing ahead, Shikachi trying to provide heavy pressure. And sent down the near boards by Cecil. Right to the near point. Shikachi trying to hold it in. Now that picked up. Cecil coming over center ice. Cecil gains his own. Cecil takes a shot that sticked away. Loose in front. Pulled back as that puck into the near corner. Good defense by Pioneer is it's sent all the way down by Kundiff. McCullis picks it up back behind her own goal. 42 seconds left to go here in the first. 1-1 is our score. Grant bringing it ahead. That tip back. Portinga heads the other direction. Tipped. Now racing over with it is Cecil. Cecil fires it in along the near board. Shikachi trying to get through traffic. Grant pokes it back. Now that moved over. Rosenfeld has that pulled away as that comes down the far boards by Honer. Honer gets it into the Pioneer zone with 14 seconds left to go. That puck right back behind the goal coming down the near boards is Kundiff. Gets it outside the near circle. Now Shikachi brings it ahead. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. That will do it. As at the end of one, it is 1-1. Pioneer and Washtenaw United tied up as we'll take a brief break, play a couple messages from the MHSAA, and then we will be right back with your second period action.
Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and
down the near boards, trying to chip it ahead. That loose. That comes all the way down the blue line. Now racing back to get it is Heben. Heben back into her own zone. Heben trying to pull it away. That with Grant over there. Grant gets it into the slot. Knocked down by Horvath coming down the near boards. Held in by Gordon. That puck back in along the M boards. Horvath with it there. Horvath trying to bring it down the far boards. Grant has it into the far corner. Heben trying to knock that away, going back behind her own goal from the far near side to the far side. Puck out in front, trying to fire it away. Still loose, covering it up. Excellent job as getting in the way back over there. Good save as that all the way back over. Puck shot there. Tracy covers it up with 13:58 left to go here in the second. Face-off will be in the Washtenaw United zone. It's 13:58. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That to Tracy's right. Sweeney in trying to take the face off. Puck right back behind. Pioneer firing it. That just goes right over the goal. Back behind, trying to fire right out in front. Battle for it on the far side as Portinga into the near corner. Portinga trying to keep it in as that puck now sent down the near boards. Foot race back. Trying to get it as Issel on the near circle shot there. That gets blocked into the far corner. All the way outside the far circle. Shikachi with it there. Picked up, trying to move it down the far boards. Held in back over there by Conrad. Now picked up. Rosenfeld trying to chip it ahead. Portinga brings it over the blue line. Portinga comes on the far circle into the far corners. Centering attempt that got knocked down loose. Covered up by Tracy. 13:06 left to go here in the second. 1-1 is our score. Face off in the far face off circle. That to Tracy's right. Ellison to take the face off. On the other side is Church. Covered up by Tracy. 13:02 left to go here. They'll face off again. And puck right into the slot. Bergman trying to get a shot that just goes wide. Picked up back behind. Coming in along the near boards is Sasel. Trying to hold it in is Horvath. Now Bergman trying to get to it. Sasel into the near corner. 12:45 left to go here in the second. 1-1 is our score. Puck coming down the near boards as Milligan trying to get it out of the zone. Horvath holds it in. Loose outside the near circle. Picked up in the near corner. And gathered up back behind by Church. That puck coming down the far boards. Church races ahead with it. Church, only Horvath in front. That moved over, just misses the near post. And puck outside the near circle. 12:17 left to go. Leopold firing it into the far corner. Horvath racing over trying to get to it. Isabella Mack trying to send it the other direction. Into the near corner. Milligan with it. Loose underneath that near circle. 12 minutes left to go here in the second. Ellis battling. Puck into the near corner. Bergman with it there. Now comes outside the near circle. Here comes Leopold. Leopold with the shot that tipped out in front. Moved in along the far boards by Bergman. Bergman chips it right back into the neutral zone. Church has it at center ice. Back over to Milligan. Milligan gains his own. Milligan, top of the near circle. Bergman drives her wide right into the slot, but that fired right away. Good defense by Alexis Young. Back to the near point. Gordon takes a shot. That right out in front. That puck still loose. Now pulled and fired all the way top of the far circle. Blast there and a goal. As that Sasel with the goal. Washtenaw takes a 2-1 lead on Pioneer here at 11:22. Two to nothing. Washtenaw with the lead. Face off right at center ice. 11:22 left to go here. Grant versus Heben right at center ice. Pace trying to fire it in. That stopped in along the far boards by Gordon. Fired in by Gordon. Now outside the far circle. Bacalus with it. Bacalus feeds it all the way around outside the near circle. Wagner with it. 11 minutes left to go. Puck in the near corner. Now top of the far circle. Trying to get it out is Heben. That comes all the way back in along the far boards. Picked up back over there by Gordon. Sent back deep into the Washtenaw zone. Gathered up by McCallus. McCallus making some moves. Trying to get out of the zone. That knocked down. Held in. That puck comes all the way back to the near point. Pace trying to hold it in. Now it's loose into the neutral zone. Grant races the other direction with it. 10:26 left to go. That puck, top of the near circle, high slot there. Shot just goes wide to the far side by McCallus. Right into the slot now, coming the other direction. Here comes Heben. Heben over center ice. Pulled away by Grant. Grant trying to get it going the other direction. Puck loose. Picked up by Kundiff. Kundiff fires it right to the blue line as McCullis coming down the far boards. That puck rolls on edge and along the end boards. Fired down, now picked up. Here comes Pace. Pace over on blue line down the near boards. Pace trying to feed it ahead to Heben. Heben into the slot. Heben coming in. Heben with a shot. Saved by Tracy. 9:41 left to go. The clock is still moving. Now they see it stopped. 9:34 left to go. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Tracy's left. 2-1. Washtenaw United with the lead. Portinga in to take the face-off. Sweeney on the other side. Back to the near point. That shot by Horvath goes into the far corner. Leopold races over to get it. Back to the far point. Held in there by Alexis Young. Into the slot. Shot just goes wide. Picked up back behind. Underneath the near circle. Trying a centering attempt. Shikachi. And a goal by Pioneer at 9:16. We're all knotted up at 2 apiece. As Portinga with the goal. Face off right at center ice. And down the near boards. That's fed ahead by Honer. Into the zone. Battle for it is Horvath trying to get it away. Now back over there is Honer. As that puck picked up back behind by Horvath. Loose. Portinga chips it over to Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld trying to get it out of the zone. That back in along the near boards. 8:50 left to go here. As there's a shot by Honer and a goal. Washtenaw United answers back just moments later at 8:44. Honer makes it 3-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Face off at center ice. He's been trying to get to a pull back by McCullis. McCullis moving it down the far boards, trying to get it ahead to Isabella Mack. Brought into the zone, covered up and save. Face off all the way back to the far point, held in, shot there, loose in the slot. Moved in along the near boards by Bacallis, trying to get it out. That pulled all the way out to center ice. As Cecil feeds it right back deep into the Pioneer zone. Kundiff has it on that far circle. Kundiff trying to avoid pressure back over there by Milligan. Now here comes Heben. Heben coming down the far boards. Heben into the zone, tipped right back. Issel with it. Issel trying to head the other direction. Issel top of the far circle. And moved back over. As that pulled down, he'd been looking for it. 7:47 left to go. Shot there just goes wide, picked up. As that deflected outside the far circle. 7:37 left to go. Now coming down with it is Issel. At down the near boards, Church brings it in. Church with a shot. That deflects wide. Into the far corner. Issel with it. Puck all the way back to center. As, forgive me, we'll leave some sound on. I just need to take care of a technical issue just a moment.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
The love of the game draws us to sports as players, coaches, spectators, and officials. For officials, it's a way to stay in the game they once played, to feel the thrill of putting on the uniform, stepping out of the playing surface, hustling to make the call, and building the relationships which can only be built in sports. If you still have that love for the game, we always need new officials. Register now at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Sportsmanship has never been more important between the lines in athletics and outside those lines in our communities. To listen, to respect, to understand, to practice common decency, to have competition without contentiousness. Sportsmanlike qualities are essential components of life itself. Let's all work together to not only be good sports, but good people. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Nearly 2,000 of the state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically and in school activities through the MHSAA's Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. Application materials are available exclusively online through the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Health concerns in high school sports go beyond physical injuries. The mental well-being of our young people is a hotter topic than ever before. The Michigan High School Athletic Association website has resources to help adults and students recognize potential problems and deal with them in a positive way. You can learn more about these mental health resources on the Health and Safety page of the MHSAA website. A message from the MHSAA promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Can you go anywhere and find an endeavor in society where we've come to accept and tolerate an adult, and even kids, treating another adult the way we allow spectators, coaches, and players to treat a high school game official? Can you? No one has the right to abuse game officials. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Here are 5 more good reasons for multi-sport participation. Multi-sport athletes are more coachable. They have higher athletic ceilings. They become better talent in the long run. They have higher sports IQs. Their sports skills transfer, and they are better teammates. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Here are 5 good reasons for high school multi-sport participation. Fewer overuse injuries, less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids and coaches, exposure to different roles, and learning to compete better. Being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
as we are at the second intermission as they just resurface the ice, and it is 4-2 Washtenaw United with the lead over Pioneer. Pioneers looking to have a big comeback here in the third. Washtenaw United wants to keep the pedal to the metal as they have scored the last 2 goals in a row. The officials back out on the ice. They have the nets put back on their moorings. Pioneer out of their locker room down to our right as they will be going from right to left here in this third period. Just waiting for the teams to hit the ice, and then we'll get going for the all-important third period. Again, Pioneer will be back in action tomorrow versus Skyron. So the ultimate cross-city battle. So they both play out of Veterans Memorial Ice Arena. That'll be Senior Day. So if you can, come on out, support the seniors. It's out there for Pioneer. He's been taking center. McCullis to the left, Pace to the right. Horvath and Alexis Young back on the defensive side. The near wing is Mack as that's picked up, coming down. Racing down the near boards is Conrad. Conrad trying to put it into the Pioneer zone. Pulled by Alexis Young. Alexis Young over her own blue line. Grant trying to keep it in. Now, pulled by Lily Mack. Grant, top of the near circle, gets it into the slot. Shot there, fired by Stevenson. That puck goes all the way back, top of the far circle, and all the way down into the Washtenaw United end. That will be icing and head back. That'll be all the way back into the Pioneer zone. They're playing a little Chapel Roan hot to go, and that always gets the folks on the bench doing the little hand signals. Love to see the team into it. Face-off in the far face-off circle, 14:34 left to go, 4-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Shot that just goes wide. Puck into the far corner. Trying to tip it away. Coming down the far boards is Heben. Heben over her own blue line. Heben over center ice. Heben trying to fire it back deep. That right at the blue line. Pioneer has to touch up. Picked up by Horvath. Horvath trying to feed that ahead. Puck wouldn't settle down. Now brought in by Pace. Pace leaves it for Heben, top of the far circle. Shot that just goes wide. Outside the near circle now. Bacallis with it. Back to Alexis Young. Alexis Young trying to hold it in at the near point. Gathered up on the near circle. Heading the other direction with it is Sasel. Sasel over center. Sasel gains the Pioneer zone. Alexis Young trying to knock that away. That gloves right back behind. Trying to pick it up back behind is that puck into the far corner. Horvath takes it there. 13:44 left to go. Puck back. Gathered up over there by Sweeney. Shot there. Good save. Horvath with it. Back behind her own goal. Horvath trying to avoid pressure back there by Sweeney. Puck underneath the far circle. Now that comes underneath the near circle with it. Back over there. Church right out through. That sticked away. Picked up. Here comes Pace. Pace gets it into the neutral zone. Now right the other direction is McCullis. Horvath has it over her own blue line. Horvath over center. Horvath gains the Washtenaw zone. Horvath trying to fire it back deep. Racing back over to get it is McCullis. McCullis into the far corner. Loose on the far circle. Heben trying to get that puck around. Now underneath the near circle. Here comes Bacallis. That puck right back into the near corner. Now coming down the near boards with it. Racing ahead is Stevens. And tipped right to the blue line. Now here comes Wagner. Wagner over center. Wagner trying to get it over to Gordon. Gordon into the near corner. Kundiff has it back there. Kundiff fires it into the far corner. Gathered up back over there by Wagner. Comes back to the far point. Here comes Portinga. Portinga trying to get it over to Shikachi, but that tipped away. Now picked up. Bringing it in is Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld. And moved down over to Gordon. Gordon coming over center ice. Gordon stops. Trying to wait for the team. As that's tipped away, here comes Portinga the other direction. Portinga gets it into the zone, pulled back. Now racing the other direction is Gordon over center. Gordon gains the Pioneer zone. Gordon. Portinga trying to poke that away. Puck into the far corner. Trying a centering attempt. That got knocked down. Good job by the Pioneer defense to keep Gordon from getting it centered. Puck outside the near circle. Stevens trying to fire that. That got blocked by Portinga back into the near corner. Now Kundiff trying to avoid pressure by Gordon underneath the far circle. Kundiff weaving through traffic. Kundiff over the blue line, over center ice. Kundiff gains his own. Kundiff has it outside the far circle. Shot just goes wide underneath the near circle. Tipped up by Leopold and saved by Tracy. 11:39 left to go here in the third. 4-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Pioneers scored the first goal in the first. Washtenaw United answers with 2 goals. Pioneer cut it to a 2-1 lead, Pioneer tied it 2-2. Then Washtenaw United scored the last 2 goals, making it 4-2. Puck onto the near circle. And sent down the far boards. Racing ahead with it is Honer. Honer loses an edge. Horvath has it in her own zone. Horvath chases it into the far corner. Horvath goes back behind her own goal. Horvath stops there. Ricochets it ahead over to Shikachi. 11:15 left to go. McCullough fires it over onto the far boards. And bringing ahead McCullough. Now here comes Shikachi. Shikachi trying to get it away. That tip by Grant. Picked up. McCullough gets it down the near boards. Grant moves it over. That brought in. Johnson has it onto the far circle. Now racing back over. Honer puts it right back in along the end boards. Grant chips it outside the far circle. Honer back over to Grant in the far corner. That in along the end boards. Grant goes back behind the Pioneer goal. Grant trying to feed it out in front. Shot there. Covered up and a save. 10:35 left to go here in the third. 4-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Face-off is going to be in the near face-off circle in the Pioneer zone. Sweeney in to take the face-off. Ellis on the other side. Puck stuck in the official skates now. There's a shot. Comes along the far boards as that was a blast by Cecil. Back into the neutral zone, gathered up. Sweeney has it at her own blue line. Sweeney gets it over to Leopold. Leopold on the far boards of her own zone. Leopold moves it over to Cecil. Cecil trying to fire it ahead. That is going to be icing as trying to get it over to Lily Mack and just missed the stick. That'll come back into Washtenaw zone. 10-11 left to go. Here in the third. Washtenaw United by 2. Ellis again in to take the face-off versus Sweeney. Puck into the near corner. Trying to dig it out of there. Now down the near boards. Racing ahead with it is Cecil. Cecil. And knocked away. Alexis Young trying to get to it. Cecil trying to battle to get to it first and along the end line. Out in front into the slot. Knocked down is that puck now into the far corner. Right into the slot. Cecil with it. And poked away by Alexis Young. Now Sweeney has it top of the near circle. Sweeney trying to go underneath that. Fired all the way through the crease into the far corner. Picked up back over there back to the far point. It's knocked away, racing ahead. Ellis trying to get to it, but back before she can. Cecil has it into the near corner. Knocked right back into the neutral zone. Kundiff sets up right at center ice. Poked away from her. Good poke check coming the other direction. Sweeney. Sweeney gains the zone. He's been trying to knock it away. Kundiff trying to get to it, but Sweeney fires it right into the slot. Shot there. Blocked out in front. Still trying to pull it away back over there as it's Issel with it. And puck fired down the far boards. Trying to put it right back in. That'll go into the far corner. Under 9 minutes left to go here in the third. Pioneer down by 2. Bacallis has it top of the near circle of her own zone. She moves it into the neutral zone. Trying to get to it is Heben. That puck loose. Now gathered up, racing the other direction with it is Church. Church gains the zone. Church then moved over to Gordon. Gordon with a shot. Loose. Church, that just goes over the crossbar, out of play. 8:37 left to go. Here in the third. Pioneer down by 2. Little Let's Go Pio chant from the Pioneer faithful across the way. Face off in that near face-off circle, coming down the near boards, trying to bring ahead is Bacallis. There's Gordon with a shot, and that tipped right off of the post as that puck right into the high slot. Now Bacallis has it in along the near boards. Bacallis trying to get to it as that's trying to fire it right back deep. Isabella Mack now Kundif gets it back into the neutral zone. Picked up there, trying to feed it down as that's Church who puts it into the far corner. Now Gordon back behind the goal. That fired all the way along. Pace has it outside the far circle. Pace gets it back to the far point. Held in back over there by Church. Puck outside the far circle. Pace trying to pull it away there. Battle for it with Milligan. Loose and held in. Shot that loose. Fired again. That comes right through the crease. Puck in along the near boards. Bacallis trying to peel it out of the zone. Now Kundif has it over on blue line. Kundif over center ice. Kundif goes into the Washtenaw zone. That puck back in along the end boards. 7:33 left to go. Here in the third, 4-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Milligan trying to dig it out of the near corner. And sent to the near point. Now racing back with it is Gordon. Gordon gains his own. Gordon into the slot. Gordon with a shot, and that's a goal. At 7:14, Gordon puts it in for Washtenaw United. That makes it 5-2. Three-goal lead for Washtenaw United. Portingan to take the face-off. That puck in along the far boards. Horvath trying to chip away at it. Grant trying to bring it right back into the Pioneer zone. Down the far boards. And brought ahead by Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld gains the zone. Offside the call. 7 minutes left to go here in the third. 5-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. And just outside of the Washtenaw United zone. Grant in to take the face-off versus Portinga. Rosenfeld gets it into the zone. That tipped by Portinga. Portinga races back outside the far circle. Portinga, rising shot. That tipped away by Tracy into the near corner. Bacallis, centering attempt. That knocked down. Grant chips it ahead. Grant racing down the near boards with it. Grant trying to weave through traffic, and that is going to be offside. Not by much, but it is. 6:42 left to go. Here in the third, 5-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Face-off is going to be in the far face-off circle just outside of the Pioneer zone. Sweeney in to take the face-off. Ellis on the other side. They're set. Bergman to Ellis's right, Woodside to her left. Puck loose, chipped back in along the far boards, fired in deep by McCullough. Into the far corner as that comes all the way back down. That's going to be stopped by Tracy, covered up. 6:28 left to go here in the third. Face-off will be in the Washtenaw United zone. It's going to be to Tracy's left. Ellis again taking the face off. That over to Kundif. Kundif with a shot. That got blocked. Now Woodside trying to get a shot. That got knocked away by Cecil. Outside the near circle. Back to Kundif at the near point. And got knocked all the way outside the far circle. Bergman trying to get to it. Bergman into the far corner. McCullough with it. Now that comes back in along the near boards. Trying to work her way through traffic. Coming ahead is Sweeney. Sweeney gains the Pioneer zone. Sweeney outside the near circle. Sweeney trying to go back behind the goal. Fires it out in front. That loose on the near circle. Bouncing puck now picked up. Coming the other direction. Ellis knocking it away. 5:50 left to go here in the third. Right back into the Pioneer zone. As that brought in. Cecil with it. Shot and a save. 5:41 left to go here in the third. 5-2. Washtenaw United with the lead. Good job in there by Soriano. Face off in the near face off circle. Puck into the near corner. Bacallis with it. Bacallis back behind her own goal. Horvath trying to get to it. Now Bergman has it at the far point. Bergman lifts it all the way down. That'll go into Washtenaw zone. That'll be icing and head back the other direction. 5:28 left to go here in the third. Face-off will be to the right of the Pioneer goal. Shikachi in to take that face-off. Puck in along the far boards. On the other side was Gordon. Back to the far point. Washtenaw United keeps it in. Gordon trying to take a shot. Good blocker save as that out in front. Another save. Still battling. Poked back. Is that on the doorstep and covered up? Excellent goalkeeping there. As 5:13 left to go, stays 5-2. The Pioneer bench provides their appreciation. Rosenfeld coming out as well as Portinga. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Portinga trying to get that away from Gordon. Picked up. Horvath sends it to the blue line. Held in there by Washtenaw United. Puck outside the near circle. Gordon has it there. Gordon spinning with it. Good job to get stick in the way by Alexis Young. Gordon into the near corner. Gordon centering attempt. And chipped into the far corner. Zissel has it there. Back to the far point. Church trying to fire it. And that in. A goal. That makes it 6-2. Washtenaw United now pouring it on here in the third. That at 4:49, Church put it in. Face-off at center ice. Portinga in to take the face-off. Grant is on the other side. 6-2, Washtenaw United with a 4-goal lead. Pioneer would love to get this next goal, just try and chip away at that lead. Puck in along the far boards. And moved ahead by McCullough. Now racing back. Rosenfeld trying to get to it. McCullough moves it ahead over to Milligan. Milligan back to the far point. Held him back over there. Knocked down by McCullough. McCullough back to the blue line and to hold it in. That brought right out by Milligan. And puck right back into the Washtenaw zone. 4:23 left to go. Brought in. Here comes Rosenfeld. Rosenfeld taking a shot. That's a save. Rosenfeld back behind the goal. Trying to get it to Portinga. Shot there. Puck loose back behind the goal. Now it squirts into the far corner. Looks like Shikachi back over there. Shikachi trying to get it over to Rosenfeld, but that knocked away. Here comes Grant the other direction. 4 minutes left to go. Grant gains the zone, top of the far circle. That moved over as that went over Isabella Mack. Trying to fire that puck. Grant back into the slot. Pulled away, coming down the far boards. Rosenfeld gets it back as that'll go all the way down. Icing waved off as it was tipped. 3:40 left to go here in the third. Washtenaw United trying to dig it out of the near corners. That's Church. Now Shikachi fires it right out in front. That deflects, picked up back behind. And coming down the far boards as that's Conrad with it. Now racing ahead. Here comes Milligan. Milligan gains the zone. Portinga takes that away. Back behind her own goal. Portinga underneath the near circle. Portinga trying to feed ahead to Shikachi. That stopped. As that's Lily Mack with it outside the near circle. And Portinga trying to bring it ahead. 3:05 left to go here in the third. Grant trying to hold it in, but that brought ahead Shikachi. Over to Portinga. Portinga in the high slot. That knocked away. Over to Alexis Young with a shot. That covered up by Tracy. 2:53 left to go here in the third. 4-goal lead by Washtenaw United. Face off in the Washtenaw zone. That is going to be to the left of their goal. Portinga in to take the face off. On the other side, I believe that's Sweeney. It is. Puck into the far corner, controlled by Washtenaw. Trying to move it down those far boards. Leopold with it outside the far circle. Portinga trying to pull that away. Sweeney had it. Now Leopold trying to get it to the blue line. Horvath chases it all the way back into her own zone. 2:36 left to go here. Outside the near circle. That put into the near corner by Stevenson. Sweeney trying to get it back. Now Cecil with it outside the near circle. That is going to be a goal by Washtenaw United at 2:22. That makes it 7-2. As that scored by Cecil. 5-goal lead now by Washtenaw United. Pioneer had the game tied in the 9:16 in the second, and then it was 5 goals from there to Washtenaw United has put together. Pioneer calls their timeout. Let's play a little push on and give you a chance to try and get you fired up, get Pioneer fired up to try and cut into this lead. As it is 142 seconds left to go. 2:22 up on the clock here in the third. 7-2. Washtenaw United scoring 5 straight goals after Pioneer got the game tied up in the second. Face off right at center ice. As Ellis out to take the face off. Gordon on the other side. That puck in along the near boards. Kundif has it. Kundif trying to move it ahead. And puck loose. Kundif races it outside the far circle. Gathered up back over there by Honer. Back in along the near boards. Now that slipped. Banked off of the near boards. Trying to get it ahead. Knocked down by Pioneer. Gordon trying to bring it in. Woodside knocks it right back. But McCullough has it knocked away. Here comes Bergman. Bergman gains his own. Bergman outside the far circle. As that is going to be a penalty upcoming. 1:54 left to go here in the third. Washtenaw United penalty for holding into the box. Goes Church. Pioneer with the power play. So barring any other action here, a goal by Pioneer or something else happening, Pioneer will be on the power play for the remainder of the game. Portinga to take the faceoff in the far faceoff circle. Shikachi gets it back to Horvath, loses an edge, racing ahead with it as here comes Lily Mack. Lily Mack comes in, shot there, as that right on it, and that's a goal. Lily Mack makes it 8-2. Short-handed goal. Or excuse me, that was 88. That would be Isabella Mack. Forgive me. That at 1:42. Portingan to take the face off. Grant on the other side. Pioneer remains on the power play. Down by 6 goals now. Puck to the blue line. Trying to bring it ahead is Sweeney. It's just a tough luck chance that one of the Pioneer players lost an edge. That comes right back behind. Pace racing to get it. 1:30 left to go. Battle for it in along the end boards. Leopold trying to peel it out. Shikachi trying to fire it out in front. And there's a goal by Alexis Young. Pioneer cuts into the lead and makes it 8-3. 1:21 left to go. Excuse me, that was Pace who put it in, it looks like. So Pace with the goal. And Pioneer stops what was a 6-goal run by Washtenaw United. Portinga in to take the face-off, 1:20 left to go here in the third. Horvath feeding it ahead. Now Portinga has it at their own blue line. Portinga trying to get it out of the zone. Sweeney trying to bring it right back in. That fed ahead by Pace. Now chipped by Sweeney down in along the near boards. 1:05 left to go. Sweeney back behind the goal. That comes all the way back into the far corner. McCullough with it. McCullough gets it over to Cecil. Cecil with her own blue line knocks it off the near board. Chipped the other direction by Alexis Young with 50 seconds left to go. Pulled ahead by Portinga. Portinga makes a move. Portinga gains his own. Portinga. And move back over. Shot there. Covered up with 39 seconds left to go. Well, 36 seconds left to go here. Face off in the far face off circle. Pioneer calls the timeout. With 41 seconds left to go, they want to talk things over. As they got the last goal, they're trying to keep some momentum going, take that into the game versus Skyline Skyron tomorrow. The Huskies battling Pioneer. It's both squads talking things over. 41 ticks of the clock left. Again, the Michigan High School Hockey League playoff starts a week from tomorrow over at the Arctic edge of Canton. We plan on broadcasting all the games, barring any issues. So we hope to see you out there. We do want to thank the Pioneer Athletic Department, Eve Claire, presenting us a lovely glass trophy, I guess. The very wonderful for our 1,000th game, which happened very recently. This is going to be our 1,003rd game happening today, so that meant a lot to us. It's a privilege to get to do this and get past 1,000. It makes us humble and proud. Puck in along the far boards, trying to bring it in. Shikachi. Shikachi backhanded. That's saved. 35 seconds left to go. The puck still ill and long outside the near circle. Back behind, trying to feed it around was Stevenson. That puck right out in front. Tracy covers it up with 25 seconds left to go. 8-3. Washtenaw United with the lead. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That's going to be to the right of the Washtenaw goal. Portinga taking the face-off. That sent around as that was face-off versus Gordon. Horvath trying to feed it ahead to Shikachi. 16 seconds left to go. Shikachi over to Portinga. Portinga with the shot. That covered up with 11.3 seconds left to go. Face-off will be again in the far face-off circle. That to Washtenaw United's left of their goal. Puck in along the far board. Shikachi trying to tip it back deep. 8 seconds left. Is that puck pulled in along the end boards? Trying to move it ahead is Gordon. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. And that will do it for the game. Washtenaw United comes away with the victory, 8-3, but Pioneer not giving up. They battle and they get the last goal of the game. They will be back in action tomorrow. Again, we will not be able to broadcast that game, but check that out. For Megan Wiseman, my camera person, my name is Mark Wiseman. Thank you so very, very much. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, and we hope to be back on Saturday at 5 o'clock here from Veterans Memorial Ice Arena, where Pioneer will take on Traverse City. Thank you, and have a wonderful evening.